Good morning, Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed. I have another intuitive message for you today. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave it does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I hear you are, my dear. You are the show. So, let's see what's happening during Cancerian season. You don't want to tell me? That's right, I'm going to tell you. Discernment. You have these geishas, these flying monkeys dressed as whatever the fuck. And they look fabulous, but they're flying monkeys. So you don't know who's a snitch, who's newsy, who's spying. You want to know what's behind these flying monkeys, or what's... You're starting to heal, or I feel like you're coming to terms with, or making peace with, I suspect I know who sent these flying monkeys, but if I don't get my answer for sure, like, I'm at peace with it. It's not my problem that you're a flying monkey. It's not my problem that whoever sent these flying monkeys to come wreak havoc with me, because it didn't work anyway. So let's heal. I feel like you're in a space where you want to just heal. Look at the birds in the background. You want it, it's a moral compass back there. Someone is in their south node, and you're facing your moral compass north. So that's a natural separation right there. It's gonna be people who say these are people who are claiming to be what you want, and they're not. You knew it. Your spirit knew it, your common sense knew it, your intuition knew it. You just knew it. And I feel like you could be reflecting on overall experiences. You always knew, even as a small child, you can tell when somebody's spirit's just not right. They're not coming in sincerity. Now, this is something, she has the world behind her. So this is somebody who's from another continent. She has a moral compass behind her, and she has the astrology behind her. These are witch practitioners. And for the sake of this message, I'll just say these are people who try to play God, who kept trying to play God in your life. These are three unique individuals, but these three unique individuals conspire together to bring a lot of shit your way. And they hit from different places, you know. I mean, they come from, they all specialize in something different. But they tried to hit you from every angle, is the point I'm trying to make. It's also green, like the background is greenish. So someone could have like planted shit. They could have received items from you, or took items that might have had something to do with you and planted the shit to mess things up for you. So there's a great disdain, dislike, distrust. Like it's a lot of nastiness. Okay, this is my intuition deck, and look what's on the bottom: the Five of Swords. Period. Just hold on. I feel like you sought a lot of guidance. You fought off a lot of spiritual warfare. You fight more warfare than you fight actual people in life that you ever, because you respect humanity too much. Because you understand the higher purpose. You have an inner wisdom about yourself. This is giving me hermit energy. It's like you have an inner, you have wisdom. You have talent too. This is also giving me the magician. This is also giving me death of transformation. This is like somebody who could very easily take it to the streets, but understand the higher, the bigger picture. You see the big picture. This is also Sagittarius energy. Like you're big on spiritual intelligence as well as street smarts or book smarts. But it's a hyper intelligence about you that you are always able to discern a fake ass person. And this is starting off your reading. It's an intuition. It's more than it's a lot of intuition. It's a heightened intuition. Somebody's starting to use their intuition, or somebody's forced to look at themselves behind your strong discernment. The King of Wands has been coming out a lot lately, intuitively. You intuitively know. It's like, I smell a rat. You can always smell when something's off. You have an instinct. Look at this King of Wands, though. Look how she's in service. Like, she's like... I just feel like anybody... Hold on, wait till that card go by. On the bottom is the Empress. Whoa. That just gets straight. This is a get to the point type of message. Obviously, when you see the King of Wands, that is a masculine energy. It does not have to be a man, but for the most part, for gender's sake, it typically is a man. But in this case, it's clarified by the Empress. And I feel like you come from a long lineage of women who are predominant in their masculine energy. That's what I think this is. So they take action. I feel like you could be of Indian descent, where the women manage the tribes and the children, while the men go out and build and stuff. They are the managers, the women, which is a woman's position anyway, because they manage the household. The man builds it, the woman manages it. Maybe you teaching, maybe these people learned a lot about you. Even though they were there to do some pretty shitty things to you, they are learning a lot about you. They can't say a derogatory thing about you. And I don't think they, honestly, intuitively, I don't think they ever did. If you're showing up as the Empress, operating from the King of Wands, operating the King of Wands energy, it's admirable. It's respect. It's not fear per se, but it's admirable and respect, and it's an inner knowing. It's like somebody's face to look at their common sense. It's like, if they was too lazy to use it before, they use it now because they know better when it comes to you during Cancerian season. It just gets the rumor. It's like whatever the discernment. It's like whatever the rumor mill was spinning. Look on the bottom. I can't see. Intuition. They know. They have a funny feeling. It's like whatever they was sent to do. I can't do that shit. You see the bird on her shoulder? It's telling her, you better think long and you better get wise. You better think long and hard before you ever pull a stunt like that. And then, while in other news, if this is past tense, these are people who may have approached you in the wrong way before. First of all, they have no business approaching you. They don't know you. And they approached you like that before. Well, they know now, because the word is out. The word is out. Like, it's a chief in town. It's a new chief in town. Even if you're out of town, I don't think you realize your name is going to start to ring bell. You're starting to get that worldwide recognition, that worldwide respect. Everything you planted for yourself is coming into fruition. It should look like a whole fucking bushel of broccoli. You dig? It's just like, you can have education, but this is somebody who's business. This is a business. With the Empress and the King of Wands, it feels like a business to me. It feels like you're paying attention to what's needed, and you made a resource in the community about it. And, well, this is fire. I like that's fire. I like that is fire. Yeah, you just had the balls to do it. Do what? Whatever is required. and you prayed on it. Meditation, something about, you may be somebody who fasts to when you want something. This is somebody who's religious to a point, to a fault where when I want to accomplish something, I know how to get it, and I know how to get it quick. You'll start fasting, okay, to get what you want. I split the deck. You got the Lovers. Somebody's moral compass is not there, and yours, you're facing your North Node. I split the deck. Queen of Wands. I heard clearly, you are what your mother set out to be. Your mother would have been, you're just like your mother. Like, you would have been really good at, she'd have been perfect. Like, you're a lot like her in that way. Like, you're a person who embodied your the maternal line, like the positive characteristic traits that they embody. You have them, and you didn't sit modest with it. You didn't sit in a situation for stability about it. You went out there and created some shit. You did something bigger. You answered the call. You did something bigger with what it is you embody. So obviously it's a strength, it's a gusto, it's a passion, it's a rich, it's something, it's a lot of richness of what you do and what you say you're all about. But I also feel like with the Discernment card, it's a time where I mentioned the Hermit card. You should you're staying a little bit more introverted to ground it more. I just feel like it's a thing of perfection, because I see the Magician and the Hermit. So, and the Death of Transformation. So you're wise. Like, you know you're going through changes. So you're trying to be like real smart about it, real wise about it, about your energy at that time. Like, you don't want anything trying to attach itself to you while you're making this transition. It's something you have recognition, or you have a knowledge, you had an intuition, an inner knowing about what needs to be washed off your bloodline, or washed off of you. I think it's your bloodline, because you have the Empress, so that's the feminine side of it. Could be the mother figure, the maternal side of your father's side, or the maternal side, the women in your mother's side of the family is what I picked up first, but it could be the women in your father's side too. But strongly, it's the women from your mother's side of the family. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it be, man. And it's a lot of green here. That's the heart space. So that's clearly what you set out to do. Like, a King of Wands is a Leo energy. Leos operate from their heart space. The heart chakra is green. It's also concerning money. So to heal emotional wounds and to heal emotional traumas, or anything that attacks your heart vessel, that particular vessel, anything that attacks, anything to break your heart, distracts you, it crowds your judgment. And it messes with the flow of abundance. And you're here to annihilate that. You're here to annihilate that from continuing on. So yeah, the hatred is real. There is a strong hatred. And you know about it. You may not pinpoint who's doing it, but it's a spirit. It is a spirit that attached to many people throughout your family. And it even went outside your family. It could have been spouses, friends, business. Like, everybody just don't have the same nasty ass attitude for no fucking reason. That is a spirit attaching to people who are weaker, who can't fight it off, just to come at you. Like a hustler. It's like an ambition. I see the Five of Wands more than I see the Five of Swords when I say that. Because the Five of Wands is a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict. That's like a jinn attaching themselves to somebody and causing them to act fucking crazy. Like, act erratic, act out of character. That kind of thing. I'm going to keep this intuition card. And the freedom. The freedom. And there's patience. We're not going to talk about the union part yet. Oh, and then when I pick, look. Ancestors. You saw this in your dreams. You facing your moral compass is your power. You're in your power because you stay on that north node. You get your ass kicked sometimes, or you go through a lot sometimes, but it's the purity. You're purifying something off of your family's bloodline. This is more like consciousness, not like a union with somebody. And all these gems coming out in your reading today. Your ancestors is teaching you to use discernment. And I feel like you get a lot of those messages in your dreams. This is going to take some time. But I feel like you're up for the challenge. You're confident, almost cocky, because you know what you come to the table with. But it's a reason why you're that kind of cocky and that kind of confident, that kind of strong, because you got to annihilate this nasty ass energy. You got to get this poison, this toxicity off your bloodline. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say some of this stuff for some reason. It's just hard to, I feel like it's hard to admit it. It just feels some type of way. Like it's hard to admit that's the case. Like there's some hatred. Like you knew it was something, you just didn't know where it was coming from. Like I don't know how to fix it yet. You're learning today. You're seeing the stuff in your dreams, so you know what to do next. They even try to attack you in your dreams. If you're a person who has vivid dreams, even when you're not pregnant, that's if you have kids. Like you have a lot of elusive, vivid dreams. Very vivid dreams. And that's your gift. That's so much of it is your power. It's that intuition. So if you've been going like days without dreaming, you just go to sleep like you feel sedated. Like you go to sleep and you just wake up like you just blacked out. That's a spirit trying to attack you to block your intuition. But they're really just trying to like block you. Or from your perspective, it just looks like it's just black. But from their perspective, it's like they put the lens on the camera. This is how I see it. They put their hand over the lens on the camera, so it makes the vision. You can't see nothing. It just looks black. And they're trying to get like a bird's eye view or just a peek into your intuition to see what to do next. Kind of thing. So intuitively, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So much of this shit you do by yourself because Nine of the Pentacles is with you. What's on the bottom is the Ten of Wands. You have 9 pentacles. Each pentacle is going to represent a resource that you can do to stop being burdened with so much accountability. I see the last man standing with this Four of Wands with the hand up like this. I raise my right hand to God. I raise both my hands to God, but there's only one hand in here. I testify that there is no God but God kind of energy. That's exactly what I heard when I see this Four of Wands. And let the burdens be on them. You want to make the devil cry? Don't fear that. Don't fear your sins. Don't fear anything that is discerning about you or your family's bloodline. Okay? You can go repent and your sins could be forgiven. Don't forget that. Another thing I see is like it was such a knockdown, drag out, blow for blow, blood for blood. You could have been losing like it's not the fact that it's unnatural to lose family members. It's just the fact of which family members you lost of all family members. There's something to that too. You dig? There are people who are so weak-spirited they don't know that they were being ambitiously pursued to take down other earth angels in your family. You're not the only one that was supposed to be doing it. And when I see the Nine of Swords, this is actually in reverse. So the stress, you take this, the intellect, is taking the stress out of it and just use your intellect. And knowing that there is no God but God. That takes the stress out of it. That takes the sharpness out of your chest. You can have sharp pains in your chest, but what I really feel like is your chest is healing. That vessel in your chest is healing. So you could have like some minor sharp aches in it, because it's attempting to be healed. It's attempting to be stitched back together or put back together in a stronger sense. Now, I say that metaphorically, unless you really had to undergo a procedure or something like that. But I'm talking metaphor. I'm talking spiritually too. I heard now they see you in their dreams. Now they realize why that it's not that they purposely, I also see that they didn't purposely block their intuition off. They were just overtaken by that nasty ass energy. So now their intuition is up and they're starting to have those lucid dreams. I see illucid and lucid. Those words, they're floating around. And although, yeah, you're supposed to thank God first, but they understand you have a purpose because you knew all along what you were supposed to be doing. Or that this was a thing. That this was a thing that was happening and everybody else was blind to it. I feel like my room just brightened up in color as soon as I said that. Or the aura is brighter in color. And this looks greenish too. Real tropical, like it's very green. Even her dress is green on the Nine of Pentacles. Like greens and golds, like browns, like earth tones and colors like that. That is significant. And these people trying to steal from you didn't even make no sense for them to try to take it because they can't do nothing with it. It's a burden for them where you do it independently. Like you're by yourself. A Nine of Pentacles is very single-handedly type of energy. Okay? They trying to do what you do and they struggling. Or trying to take from you and insert it in themselves. They are struggling. Look at them carrying on. It's like you got exactly what you asked for. Trying to peek in on what this person got going on for them. And you can't even carry one of those pentacles. You can't carry half of those pentacles. It feels like a burden. You see that? So, like I said, going back to the beginning, it's respect at the end of the day. They have it's an admirable feeling, and it's respect at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day too. They wake up with a newfound respect. They woke up with a newfound respect. I woke up like this. They have a different confidence in their abilities, in their faith, in their own beliefs. Just learning this little tidbit thing about you. I'm proud of you during Cancerian season. All right. We can talk a little, okay. The thing about freedom. Hey, these was what flipped over. The Six of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Judgment. There's two Judgment cards in here, I think, because one of them says Awakening, or the Judgment card in this deck says Awakening. That is respect, notoriety, fame, recognition. You're getting the attention for what you're natural at. They realize that the High Priestess is somebody who has strong abilities, psychic abilities, without having to play God in her own life or anyone else's. What the fuck? What? I heard that you were never receptive to anybody's foolery. These are some of the things that people are saying. You were never receptive. I misjudged it, thinking this person has like social anxiety, social awkwardness, shy, overly shy, which you could have been very shy, but you're very quiet, very mysterious. So people couldn't make heads or tails of what your silence really represented. But the high priestess can read. They can read the room like nobody's business, and you always was a cut above a step, like 9 steps. Obviously, the 9 of Pentacles is a step above the rest. If you think back on it, you in grade school had people struggling to understand you a lot. I heard people from grade school see that this is where you're at, and it clicked for them. Like, I get it. I get it. It makes sense. Okay? And they don't say it in like a harshly judgmental way. Like, these people is like, they real. You went to school with a lot of other, like, these people would still be cool with you till this day. I say that to say, these people are solid. They real. When I look at the 9 of Pentacles, everybody not going to be your enemy. Like, some people really, like, rock with what you do. Like, that's cool that you are secure enough in yourself to be honest, to be that kind of honest with what you can do. And you're actually trying to do good things with that ability. Like, a lot of us, our parents would have like silenced us or tried to mute us or put us in a hospital, because that was the era they came up in. You couldn't be this openly. Like, you couldn't be same-sex oriented openly. They would annihilate you. They would try to nail you to the cross. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of narrow-mindedness that is just washing away. And what you could have received a lot of harsh judgment. You may still receive a lot of harsh judgment about what you're great at. But it helps them. I'll tell you what, they won their case behind your expertise. Even if you didn't directly go in and help them, they know you know. You know something. You know some things, or you know how to do some things that don't require you to go bury anything in the dirt. It doesn't require you to conjure up anything from the dirt or use any element to disrespect another person. They know you're not. They know that's not it. It doesn't hit my spirit, like, it doesn't hit my intuition that that's what this person is doing. You always got a naysayer that say, well, maybe what they're doing is that much more stronger. Maybe you're giving them so much more power. Or are they a god in your life? Well, then don't say those things. Like, use common sense. It goes back to that at the end of the day. Judgment, discernment, going back to the first card being out, and you have the Judgment card. Awakening. People are waking up to the silliness that you've been awakened to your whole life. So patience and purity, like patience. It was a reason why it was a reason why they were so angelic as a kid. People they didn't think to call it a high priestess, even if they know what a high priestess is, but they're like, I saw this about this person as a child. It's a reason. It is a reason why this person was there. So now we see why all you nasty bitches, you flying monkeys, you mother, look, don't get me cussing. Like, now we see why y'all was trying to stomp her out, annihilate, dissipate. I heard dissipate. Why are you dissipating somebody? Okay. You just tried to ruin it. You tried to ruin the essence of something that was pure. We see why you was trying to do it now. Because you didn't even have, your intuition was blocked. It's like, you can have an inner knowing and an understanding and can explain it to people. It's like, and make people realize this about themselves. Like, I didn't even realize I was coming off like that. I knew something was off about things. I just didn't think it was it. And that Jinn was making people act in a way where it's like, she's the problem. She's the problem. Well, obviously she is for a Jinn, because the Jinn is there to shut the truth down. So naturally, people went with that shit because they was weaker. They just went with it out of being passive, not being bold enough to challenge the shit. You dig what I'm saying? So now people have that discernment. Like, I was misused as a flying monkey. I was really a flunky for a higher purpose. You dig? In that person's life, and I don't like it. It's cringing that I was even like that towards this person. Now that they know better, it's cringeworthy that they was doing that. That they realized they was doing that. Like, it ain't even... This is how you know people, like, from, like, if you go back at some time, like, people realize they real. Like, it ain't nothing to... They don't think of you in a harshly judgmental way. They are awakened to this shit. Like, it makes so much fucking sense. Like, it's cool though. It's cool that I was a fucking crazy person towards this. I was being misused and abused, but just because you are somebody who's a high priestess, you know, somebody who knows better, you know, somebody who knows better and practice better and is very like patient with people. Now you were like, a lot of this stuff you had to use discernment too. Like, you can't just be too patient with people and let people just push through your boundaries like that. Like, it's something with you needing your like that reciprocity is there. See the Six of Pentacles? That is a community card to me. With the Six of Pentacles is reciprocal energy. I know you taught me how to use my intuition. You taught me that my moral compass, how to keep my moral compass facing north. You taught me how to practice that discernment. Like, you're teaching people these two things, intuition and common sense. You won't fail. They don't fail you. Your intuition, people hear it, but don't really connect with it, what they're saying. Your intuition never lies. You know, they use it in such a derogatory sense, like if that man is cheating or something like that, your intuition doesn't lie. Like, it's way more than some fucking man on his own journey. You got to get on your shit. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I don't know. The cards are flipping over 2 and 3 at a time. No, 4 at a time. Whoa. So you have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, people is like that. Them rose-colored glasses is off about these flying monkeys. There's people still that are willingly like that. We know they compromise. They the Tobys of the crew. Yeah, I said it. 4 of Swords is like, people could have fell back from you because they didn't understand what they were being spoon-fed, or like, I feel like it was aggressively shoved down their throat because it was a gem. You know, it was that nasty spirit floating through different people and floating through different resources to get the whole, it looked like a whole community was like totally against you, no matter where you went. And then that 4 of Swords is like, you gotta come out of not talking. Like, let me speak up. Okay, let me just come out of that shit. Like, don't be, like, a 4 of Swords is in retreat. It's a resting phase. It can even be depression, but this is people who just fall back from you. Like, I'm not going to say shit. I'm just going to fall back because I don't want to be a part of it. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what to think. Like, you got common sense, right? You got intuition. Like, coming out of that shit. That's what the 4 of Swords in reverse is. Next to the 7 of Pentacles. I'm sorry. Next to the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is illusion. Like, they aggressively spoon-fed all this shit. Got the Queen of Cups. That's your energy. That's somebody showing up in Cancer season with that heightened intuition. Like, there ain't really much you can disrespect this person about. That's just what it is. And then you got the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is like, there's nothing to argue about. It ain't really much you can disrespect this person about. But rest assured, I feel like this is people following their intuition now with this Queen of Cups. It's been a long time coming. People have been having these feelings for a long time, and that's with the maturity with the Queen of Cups. And what I feel like is, now that they understand how to use their intuition and use their discernment properly, they're at peace in knowing that it wasn't all this horrific, stupid shit. They're at peace in knowing that I'm not as crazy as I felt like. I felt gaslit. This person must have felt gaslit, because right now I feel like I was gaslit. This doesn't even make sense at the end of the day. You dig? And they're at peace in knowing that the devil is just busy. Like, why would one person be all these crazy ass things or be doing all these crazy ass, where are they getting the resources from? Like, make it make sense. Like, who was doing all this shit? Like, it's quite a few people conjuring up shit, being used to conjure this shit up. Like, this is one person, and it's a bunch of people attacking this one person. That person obviously is you during Cancer season, or they're realizing this during Cancer season. They're made to face their self, their shadow side. They're made to look in the mirror during Cancer season. So Queen of Cups talks about being empathic, compassionate, and nurturing. It's not a pitter-patter thing where it's patronism. It's just people know how to use their intuition better, and they know how to use discernment better. Okay? And they learned it from what happened to you. It's like the spell is broken. And even if you're not a spell caster, you definitely broke that motherfucker. That's what you did. Just being you. You never switched. Like, do you know this person to be anything different? No, it makes sense. Six of Pentacles. What did I see that? Did I see the Six of Pentacles? It was on the bottom. Now you got the Moon. Because one thing about Cancer energy, they have that intuition. They have that sixth sense. Remember, Kevin Hart was like, I can see things before it happens. I have foresight. He's talking about his intuition. You know, he can kind of like read the room and piece what's going to happen before it actually has to happen. Like, he avoids a lot of disasters like that. Remember, he left his friends got jumped, and he was like, the worst thing you can do is leave your friend to fight by themselves while they get jumped, and they make it out of that shit alive. And it's like, hey, look who made it out alive. Up top, nothing. Okay, but the point is, he's talking about his intuition in that message. I don't know. Well, what does it say about, like, now you have respect. That's something that's been ironed out with the awakening. Waking people up during Cancer season, or people are realizing I have awakened during Cancer season. No, and no. Come on, man. That is a Ten of Cups. That is a Ten of Wands. And that is an Ace of Pentacles. Alright. You feel so good. You're okay. This is somebody facing their feelings about you. They need to solidify it. Even though in this Ace of Pentacles, this motherfucker is trying to conjure something like, I need this person in my life. They mean it sincerely, though. Like, we have a bond that's not meant to be broken. This person has to realize if they don't want to come in as anything toxic, they have to rid the toxic element out of what's keeping y'all from being bonded together, because this is what this motherfucker has, an imaginary life with you, with this Ace of Pentacles, because they dreaming it, they're manifesting it with the Pentacles. And then you got the Ten of Wands. See how he's picking her up, you know, loving on her and stuff like that. It's like, it's a burden. It's a problem not having that every day. It's a problem not being that close to you, because you are the Ten of Cups for somebody. You are everything to this person. You are everything this person can tolerate for the rest of their life. I don't just want to tolerate it. I want to enjoy it. I can tolerate it. I can enjoy it. I can live through it. I can survive it. I could just live. I could just live here all the fucking time with this Ace of Pentacles. Like, you see that? I could just live here all the time. You dig? Like, this person is very passionate about you to the point where it is a burden. It is a burden because it affects his sex life with other people, because he might be too aggressive, because all he do is think about you, so he show up in the energy of y'all. He could be making, somebody could be like, I'm good, because you got a lot going. That is a lot to take in at tea time. Okay, look, with the Fool's energy, it's like, it's just the effect this all has on him with the World. And there go your King of Wands. Okay. And Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. This is a far cry from that Queen of Swords. So he's a King of Wands for you. And this Queen of Swords is looking at him like, you're different. Nothing you can tell me. You can't gaslight me, pull the wool over my eyes. You're just fucking different. You're very different. And I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Like, she's like, Somebody got really dark eyes to the point where they look black. Because I see them darting their eyes. Like, I see, like, they looking at this shit. Like, they looking at this man. Like, you are different. You stand taller. You have more pride. You had it anyway, but you have more of it. It's like further amplified. It's on 10,000 right now. It's on that 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups right now. And she see that shit. She know it ain't her because he wasn't like that before. Listen, the Fool. It's just, when I see this and the way this person is feeling, this person is like, I'm a real practical, logical person. I would never just allow myself to just flow with the wind like that without putting no real common sense or intuition. He just go with the flow with you. It's just a natural thing. Like, why is it? Instead of trying to understand why it's like that, why you not going with the flow? And sometimes he'll go with the flow, and sometimes he won't. It's like, but he see this is a natural charming effect this whole experience has on him. Like, damn, the world. You see the world, see how he caters? He just does it. He just does it. And that King of Wands, you see how he puts his cape around this person? He wants to protect this person. He protects this person from the backlash this motherfucker about to get, because it's like, my heart is with you. Remember we said all that green? All that green. Something about green. Somebody wants to build something with you. Like, build it from the ground up is what I'm hearing. And that Six of Pentacles is like, I'd be thinking the same way if I were you. Because I hide. I try to hide it, but you know. But it is nothing like a person saying what they really feel. Like, they need to say it because they feel it, kind of thing. Like, it's a problem. You being in that Nine of Pentacles energy, and they're carrying, it's a burden, creating burdens for somebody else, because they're acting a little hypocritical about it. Because if it feels a certain type of way, if it feels like love, it tastes like love, you look like love walking in that shit, you feel good about it, then that's what it is. So now it's like, now you have that awakening, that discernment. What are you going to do? You're going to keep yourself away because it's love? Are you hateful? That doesn't make any sense. And this is like the Seven of Cups, and then it goes back to what I said here. When this Four of Swords in reverse is next to the Seven of Cups, the rose-colored glasses is off. Like, let me stop painting. I'm blinding my own self. You dig what I'm saying? I'm jucking, jiving my own self when it comes to this person, because this person is strong enough where that disdain, that hatred, that hateful spirit tried to attach to him too. It didn't work. Or her too. It didn't work. Okay? He has to travel to come see you, or travel the distance with you, or he travels far away from what he feel like he has to struggle through when it comes to you with this Queen of Cups right here. You want to see the Queen of Cups? Isn't she pretty? See how calm, cool, and like just natural and smooth? Like, she's very smooth. She's easy to digest. That's what I heard with the Six of Swords. Like, you see, he's starting to act like he know better, or she's starting to act like she know better. Like, come on now. If that's what it feel like, then that's what it is. Seven of Cups. The rose-colored glasses is off. The illusion is over. Somebody wanted to fall back from you because they just didn't know. Bullshit. You got intuition. You have discernment. Now you can't go back to not knowing. Kind of thing. And that Eight of Pentacles. You see that Eight of Pentacles? It's like, this gives me, I'm making excuses that you're going to act